controls me. I have a one card side deck. So, this week we got ban list dramas, some product to open, and some change to make. The ban list dropped and we actually lost a tiny bit of consistency for the time being, with Metaverse going to 1. But now, I'm actually happy with my choice, because if we went for the Soul Burner deck, we'd have got burned by this list. Bad. So instead of spending weeks searching for Dark Neostorm for sign-up mining, we actually get to do something productive. So after last week's spending, we're left with one single coin. And a new week means we get our $10, giving us 11. So, we're gonna spend 9 right now. The Flames of Destruction Special Edition. So, Flames of Destruction, they said it's back $9, which is fine. I mean, this is quite old now, a little bit. In here, we are looking for Vampire Sucker as our main card. The key piece to our zombie strategy, also Nightmare Phoenix, Call by the Grave, Red Reboot. I mean, you even got Impediment, you got Ghost Spell. I mean, I could go on and on and on. But for now, let's just get opening. So, special editions, you get 3 packs. And you get your little promos. So we got Grand Soul, the Elemental Lord. And we got Universal Adapter. Okay. Those there. So, 3 packs, Flames of Destruction. Me and this set aren't the best of friends. Let's see how we get on. So, of course, Vampire Sucker, the main card. Who wouldn't mind Nightmare stuff? So we got Mimikyu, Space Insulator, World Legacy Corruption, Trickstar, Monster, Wind Ups and Maintenance. Okay. Mandrake, Vendread Evolution, Poltergeist Pixel, World Legacy Nightmare. Not too great there, but you know, we got 2 more packs to go. So yeah, Vampire Sucker, definitely key piece of our deck that we're gonna need. Goki, Oracle Stretch, Tingago Trinity, Madoshi Fresh to Start, FA Dead Heat, Nightmare Mermaid, and a Nightmare Phoenix. Great. Right, so we really needed this Phoenix, and that actually is brilliant, so I'm glad we pulled that. Autogase, Limit Code, Invader. So yeah, already Phoenix is going in our extra deck straight away. So our Spell and Trap Disruption to start with, and that's a really good pull. Can we get something really good out of this? Let's find out. Nightshade, Restoration Mars, Vendread Nightmare, Great Fly, World Legacy Succession. Nice. Injector, Pico Felina, Mandrake, Master, and Evolution. Cool, whatever. That's not too bad. We got Nightmare Phoenix. That was the main card we wanted. So, what we need to do now is get our deck. So, we actually got some changes to make. Starting with the ban list. Metaverse got hit. So we have to cut Metaverse down to 1. Straight away, that's 1 card gone. So we're gonna have to change that up in the retro deck, which is pretty simple. Luckily for us, we have Banshee. So straight away, we're gonna run 3 for Necro World Banshees. Basically, until we can get a terraforming, that's the way we're gonna have to do that. So, Metaverse out. It's a shame, but it has to happen. We put another Banshee in. Plus, Banshee comes with the Zombie War Protection. And she goes pretty well with our Tattoo Necro. Yeah. Next, I want to make space. I know this actually changed on the ban list, but I want to make space for 1 Monster Gate. So Monster Gate basically tribute 1 monster, and then take the top cards at the top of your deck until you get a monster that can be normal summoned or set special summoned. and send all other cards to the graveyard. That is really good for this deck. So, I'm not sure what to take out. I look at it, I want to still run most of this stuff. It's a spell, do I really want to end up like with more spells? Now, cards that I didn't really think performed, I think Goblin Zombie was pretty garbage, to be honest. Permaturtle is basically awesome, and Zombie Master is pretty good. So I do think Goblin Zombie is going to be the one to get cut. So yeah, Monster Gate in. Sweet. Other than that, I don't think there's many changes we really need to make. We can make anyway. Apart from our extra deck. So obviously we pulled a Nightmare Phoenix, which is really good. So, again, unfortunately our extra deck has to be sleeved the same. But we can now have a Nightmare Phoenix in our extra deck with our Zombie Red Eyes. Another card I actually want to add is this one. I know we don't need it, but if I was to show up with only 4 cards in my extra deck, you know. Plus, it's 2 monsters, it's pretty generic. So we'll throw it in for now, just to bulk out the extra deck a little bit. And you never know, it could be something we actually could use, because its effect basically reads that monster this card points to lose 800 attack, and it has the up arrow, so... And then you have when a Cyberus Link monster is link summoned to your field, while this card is in the graveyard, except a turn, this card was sent to the graveyard and special summon this card. That ain't gonna come up, let's face it. Our main strategy is making things zombies, not Cyberus. Now, another card I want to think about is War Legacy Succession. So target one monster from graveyard, special summon it to a zone in response to a link monster points to. Basically Monster Reborn. Yeah, this is actually a really good card. Obviously, we don't really have link monsters yet, other than just like the Phoenix. The problem with Phoenix is the arrows of garbage. Not a lot we can do with that, so it's something to think about holding on to. So I might sleeve it for now. I'm going to sleeve it anyway because it's awesome. But put it in the sleeve for now, and we'll just chuck it back in our little deck case. As something to consider another time. But yeah. I'm probably not going to have to keep it in the deck case because obviously you don't want to take cards that you're not playing. But I'll just claim it in a side deck or something, you know. I have a 1-card side deck. So I'm disappointed we didn't pull like Red Reboot or Impermanence or something, but you know, whatever. I'm happy to get Phoenix. That's one of the cards we needed. Yeah, we need Vampire Sucker. We're gonna have to definitely revisit Flame Destruction. But I have an idea that I want to do for the next one where I'm gonna actually visit something completely different to give us a little bit of an edge on our strategy, and hopefully we pull the card that I want for this deck to basically help us win in them sort of grind games. So that is that for the deck building. Nice. So, bit of a bummer. Turns out that our local is actually closed for good. Which now means the closest one for us is a lot further away. But that won't stop us testing our deck. So we managed to get a couple duels in. The only downside is we played in a pretty public place, so I couldn't really set up for filming. So I made notes as we went, which means I can make the recap the best I can. Please note, this wasn't the duel video. I'm showing you footage I've put together with the cards I have to make it easier for recapping with pretty much almost perfect play-by-plays. First duel we played, Cyber Dragons. Now this is the one I want to revisit the most because I think our deck was actually really great. We won the roll and went first. We opened up like Foolish, Doom King Baladrock, Gozuki, Book of Moon, and the Solitaire, I think. We then Foolish into Banshee, made the world, normal summon Gozuki, went for the effect to then basically get a Glow Bloom and go from there. Used effect Veiler. That was kind of all I had. So he then set 2 and passed, which for a Cyber Dragon deck that's really lackluster, so he must have bricked. I then went for Gozuki again this time and he used the face down Impermanence. I mean, whatever. I then summoned the Unizombie that I drew, which is a really good hard draw. Used this effect to send Doom King from my hand, and then I send Bloom from the deck to banish for Doom King. So I ended on Gozuki, Unizombie, and obviously Doom King. Attacked for 58, leaving him on 22 or something. He then used Evenly Matched. So I lost all 3 of my monsters. Knowing I'll get Doom King back next turn if I keep Zombie World, it just made sense. His turn, I get Doom King. He summons Cyber Dragon and destroys my defense mode Doom King, but whatever. Pretty lackluster again. He must have really badly bricked. I then drew into like Needlebug Nest or something. I just summoned Shirinu Solitaire, swap it out for Unizombie using his effect. Use Doom King's Banish effect, obviously the one that I got back from my standby phase. Use his Banish effect on the Cyber Dragon, dumped to Bloom with Unizombie, and then banished it for Doom King. So I now had one face-up Doom King in attack mode, one defense mode, and Unizombie, and then I just attacked for the game. Apparently, he said to me he couldn't out the Zombie World, and he showed me a Jizakuru, meaning the plan was obviously Forge Dragon, but Zombie World stopped that. So, game 2, he wanted us to go first, and I mean, we opened pretty handy. I mean, we had like a Bloom or a Banshee in hand, and Unizombie, which is basically like full combo for this deck. So I summoned Unizombie, and he impermed it. Well, that turned dead. So I set Shed Ride pass. He draws. I flip Shed Ride as you would. He then goes emergency for core. He summons the core, grabbed something, I don't remember what. Then used a machine dupe for 2 Cyber Dragons. Then made a Platinum Gadget with a Cyber Dragon and a core. Used Repair Plan to add Hurts. Discarded Hurts for Nashter. Got back Cyber Dragon. Added Cyber with Hurts, went into Nova, sent a Cyber Dragon, specially back with Nova, went into Infinity, used Nash and the Cyber for Seeger, took out Infinity, then took my Unizombie. He attacked me for like 6,400. I just scooped. I couldn't get over an Infinity and play like against that negation as well as all the monsters on the field. I drew something like 4 cards from Shared Ride, but they were just not what I needed. So it's 1-1, and I opted to go second. Against a Cyber Dragon player, it's always good to force them to go first. So he goes Cyber Emergency for Hurts. He then dumps it with Galaxy Soldier, basically to then grab another Galaxy Soldier, and also with Hurts to grab a Cyber Dragon. He then dumps that Cyber Dragon with the Galaxy Soldier, summons a core, grabbed Rev System. He then made Seeger with one of the Galaxy Soldiers and the core, used Rev System to grab a Cyber Dragon. He then made Nova, dumped the Cyber Dragon, got back to Cyber Dragon, made Infinity, set 1 and passed. So we're now behind. Whatever. So I set 2 face down and set down a Banshee face down. I mean, I had nothing else to really do. And passed. He then draws. I then flip Metaverse, which is now 1, obviously, for the ability to grab Zombie World. He then detached like Nova and negated using Infinity's effect. I used my other trap, which Needlebug Nest, used the Bloom that then came off Needlebug Nest effect to then get Battledrock into my hand. Thinking logically, knowing he was going to attack anyway, I probably should have left this card till last. He then attacked Cyber Dragon to destroy my Banshee, and then I use her effect to get Zombie World. And then take 4,500 damage from the other 2, I mean, whatever. My turn, I draw into Mizuki. I think it was Mizuki. It is whatever. I use Gozuki that's in the grave that came off of the Needlebug Nest. He then negates him with Infinity. I then summon a Shirinu Solitaire. Use his effect to get a Unizombie, and then I use his effect to dump the Bloom from the deck to then banish it for Battledrock. Also increasing his Cyber Dragon to level 6. You never know. So I now got Battledrock on the field. I then use his other effect, which is to dump a Mizuki that I had in hand. Then I use that Mizuki that was in the grave now to then revive a Gozuki. I use Gozuki to dump like a whatever it was. I think it was another Gozuki from deck. But I also at that point used Doom King to banish the Seeger, because obviously my zombies use the effect. So banish Seeger. I then use my level 3 Unizombie, my level 4 Gozuki to make a Red Eyes Zombie Necro Dragon. Gaining 1300 attack, because 100 for each zombie on the field and graveyard, making like 37. So I attack Doom King into Infinity for 700. You know, destroys Infinity, takes 700 damage. And then Red Eyes use his other effect. So when a zombie is destroyed by battle, I get to special summon a zombie from either graveyard. So I grab that Infinity, and then I use that Infinity to crash into his Cyber Dragon. Then I attacked for the 37 with Red Eyes. So in the end, I did something like 44 damage, leaving him on 36, me on 35. So it's a pretty level game by this point. Obviously, I have the advantage because I got some pretty big monsters on the field. So I thought. I ended the battle phase, and the flips evenly matched. I mean, it is Cyber Dragons. I mean, whatever. So he flips evenly, and I thought, okay, I need Zombie World, so I'll just lose my monsters. I know I'm going to get a Battledrock back in his standby phase. I mean, so it's whatever. He then obviously draws standby, I get Battledrock back. He then tries to use Core's Graveyard effect to banish it, to special summon. I then negate it with Doom King. He then banishes 3 for Levianeer. So obviously this is now Chaos Cyber Dragon build, which is really cool because that's the one I like to use. And then he then used Levianeer to special summon back Infinity. Obviously Infinity hasn't got any material, so it can't do any negates. I mean, I don't really know what he was planning there. And then he just passes, because obviously he can't attack with either of them and it's whatever. So I then draw into a Solitaire. I summon it, use the effect, use Bally to banish Levianeer, and then I basically have got rid of Solitaire for Unizombie, use Unizombie to dump a Mezuki from the deck, use Mezuki to special back Red Eyes, and yeah, switch Doom King Battledrock into attack and he just scoops. Because obviously I've now got Doom King Battledrock in attack mode, I got Zombie Necro Dragon, and he's basically got nothing. So, there's some things I want to improve on. We need to, at some point, get some hand traps. I just find there are some other cards out there I'd rather try and find first. Other than that, the deck did really well. I mean, it beat Cyber Dragons, which is a pretty decent matchup for us. I mean, I could talk about this in more detail, but this deck's nowhere near complete. And I think we kind of got a bit lucky in some situations. Obviously, we're going to have to come back to Flames of Destruction for Vampire Sucker. But for now, I think I'm going to start looking somewhere else. So, tune in next time, we're going to start going through some Dark Neostorm. Peace.